Alright, now I told you that I would show you how to do a figure by simply drawing the pattern. I realize now that most people don't have a bandsaw, and I understand they're very expensive. They are. A good bandsaw is very expensive. I have never really gone for the smaller ones, like the 10-inch ones. Let's put it this way. If it's got a 1 horsepower motor, I'll go for it. But if it's less than 1 horsepower, I just don't. They bog down to me too much, or too easy with real thick wood or thicker wood or 3-inch wood or whatever. I think a bandsaw with a 1 horsepower motor is the best. Now, if you're cutting small stuff, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, even 1 inch, you know, it'll work. The smaller bandsaw will work, but with your bigger wood, I've just found I've had the small saws and they just don't do it, or the blades get hot or whatever. So I know that to get one with a 1 horsepower, you're going to pay at least $500, $600, $700, up to $1,000 for one. So I understand people live in apartments, they do things like that, so they're not able to basically do that. So I'm going to show you how to draw a figure on a block of wood. And this block of wood is 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. So the first thing you want to do is let's go ahead and take the back off here, and I'm just going to kind of draw a line right here and a line right here so that I don't take off too much back here, but we're just going to kind of take that down. All right, let's look at our figure a little bit. I have to come in even more. All right, now we're getting to that point to where we're getting up into there. All right, now let's kind of follow this just a little bit by taking a little bit off back here. Follow that. And when we come up here, we want to kind of just, before we take anything off, let's just sort of take this off right here. Kind of come here, because we're going to come at an angle here. We can actually take our top of our wood and do this. And then we can take a little bit down right here. All right, see that? And let's take a little bit more in here. All right, now see how we follow this? And then we can kind of do this. All right, take this, and all this here is going to be, it's going to be rounded off anyway. So we're just going to kind of take that off right in here and right in here. We're going to kind of come to a round shape, as we may say up here. Alright. See that? Now the next thing we want to do is I'm going to take and draw a little line from here all the way up to here. Okay? And come up here like this. So what we're going to do, we're going to come in here. And we're going to make a V cut all the way across there. All right, and then we're going to take that wood off right there. I have a little bit older Delta bandsaw. It's 14 inch and it's got a 1 horsepower motor, and I like I said, when you get below 1 horsepower, when you start getting into 3 inch and 4 inch and stuff like that, you are really gonna strain on that saw. Starts burning the wood. Okay. So we look at that. Let's bring this down. Let's look at that. Bring it down a little bit more. Alright, see? Did I measure how tall this thing is? Nope, I didn't measure how tall it was. I'm sorry. I just thought, you know what, I didn't give them the height of this thing. Anyway, with the wood up there, it's about 3 1/4. Or, yeah, about 3 1/4. That's what it was. I'm sorry, I apologize. Now, let's make some V-cuts in here. See right in there? We want to do a V-cut all the way across there. Here we go. Now, of course, we're going to bring that shoe down. But that's just a V-cut to... Alright, see that? Alright, now we're going to start rounding off, shaping, getting our figure ready for, we got a little beep up here. Let's see if it's got any. No, it's not very deep. Some of them pretty deep when you have these little wood things in them. We're just doodling, just kind of doodling back here and getting this shaped up here. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make it kind of deep in here. We go, take a lot off. Go. Coming up high in there. Okay. Now, whoop-de-doo. We got us. There we go. Pretty much got our shape back here. Alright, there is our piece shaped up. Now, we have to decide. Just going to take some of this stuff off right in here, just back in here. We have to decide what we want to do with him. Okay? When I say what we want to do with him, how's he going to look? Is he going to have a hat on? Is he going to be a hobo? What's he going to do? Okay? For me, just kind of get all that off there. Get all that icky looking stuff where now it looks like the way we want it. Alright. We have to decide, what do we want to do with him? Well, on one side, oh, I'm sorry, I dropped this. Okay. On one side, let's go ahead and draw this to represent our head. We're going to cut that, and then we're going to cut from the inside. We're going to bring that head down. Naturally, it's got to come down. Now everybody knows the type of figures I usually carve. They're vagrants and hobos and they're people like that, but we don't have to do that. We can do an old man with a cane. We can do a... Wait, let's just kind of bring that head down a little bit. On both sides. I'm probably going to put a hat on him. He's got enough room. I hope everybody made it through the cold, or still, I'm sure a lot of people are still dealing with it. Texas was not used to that. We're not used to that cold. I mean, that bad a cold, you know, we weren't prepared for it. And I didn't suffer that bad. Lord Jesus, I've suffered enough with destroying your house. All right, here's our little guy. Let's do this first. Let's go ahead and put this arm here. We're going to draw his little arm. And we'll put that in his pocket. That'll be one part of him. Bring that down a little bit. Whoop. Just kind of cut it like that. Bring that down. See how I did that? I just drew the little arm. And I came over here and I cut down to, and you come over here and you cut this. Let's cut a little bit more, make it a little bit deeper. A little bit more. See that? And I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to make a little cut here. A little cut here. A little cut here. Alright? And then I'm going to make a little cut on here and then come from the inside of the arm and bring that out where he's going to have his hands in his pocket. Just like that. So as you can see now, things are starting to shape up a little bit. Now, what do I want to do with this arm? Let me do this. Just cut a little bit of that shoe away from there. Shoe is way, way too big. Okay. I cut a little bit right there too. Okay. So we started on one of the arms. And the other arm can, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to draw a little hand right here. Okay? A little hand that will stick out right here. Okay? Now, what that arm does is it comes up here like this. And then it comes in like this and up like this. Okay? In more like that. So, basically, you come back here and you make a cut. A deep cut. Then you make a cut here. That's the arm. We cut away from the body with the arm being here. Cut here. Cut there. And make a cut here. Here. To kind of bring out that hand right there. See that? And from the bottom here, we're just gonna take a little bit off here. Sort of look as we go with the arm and the hand and all that. All right. And we'll have to go even further back, like in here and in here, to get what we want. So let's just sort of around the body here, trim him up just a little bit. Take that arm and clean it up, bring it back, bring it forward. Okay. Now, I want to bring this a little bit lower. And let's go ahead and cut that right there. And take that wood off right there. So that arm, excuse me, that hand stands out there like that. That's usually about all it's going to get. In a case like that, we want to bring this up just a little bit. See that? Sorry, I hit the thing here. Okay. Now, we want to go here and we want to really cut this head down a little bit. It's too big. But we're going to put a hat on him. So this will all be taken out in there. So if we're going to put a hat on him, we want to go ahead and round this top a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and come out right here because the hat's going to sit low on his head. I'll bring that around here to the back and join it. And you take your knife and you start removing in V cuts around the face. For the hat. All right. I know the hat's a little bit big, but I'll show what we're going to do. I want to make it kind of big. Now, once we've done that, then you want to kind of draw a little line around here, and that will be the top of the hat as we work it down. And I just do the same thing. I come over here. Take a little V cut, V cut, V cut, V cut,